Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly market analysis. If this is your first time of visiting this channel, click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to like this video and then comment as well. So we've had our first trading week for the year 2024, and unfortunately we had to start on a bad note. We had a rough week. All right, and I mean that's very normal. We are still in the month of January, so having a bad week in January, it's something that it's not to be bothered about. All right, yes. You go into the charts and then definitely you see why the week didn't really go as we were expecting. All right, yes. But we are entering into the second week, and just as we normally do, I bring you the weekly market analysis so that we see what is up for us going into a new week here. So before we get into the chart, let's look at what is happening on the economic news calendar. So on Monday, the January 15, 2024, there is a bank holiday for the US. That is a Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All right, so it's going to be a bank holiday. So expect quietness in the market during the New York session. All right, so take note of that. Then we have the full year GDP growth for the year 2023 for Euro. Then we have the Westpac Consumer Confidence change for the month of January for Australia. We have the Westpac Consumer Confidence Index for the month of January for Australia. On Tuesday, January 16, 2024, there's a bank holiday for El Salvador. All right, here. So this one, we are not going to see any impact. All right, this holiday or this low impact news, let me say a bank holiday, is not really going to give us any impact in the market, so just ignore it. We also have the CPI for the month of December for Germany. We have employment change for the month of October for GBP. We have the climate count change for the month of December for GBP. We have the unemployment rate for the month of November for GBP. We have CPI for the month of December for Italy. Then the economic sentiment index for the month of January for Germany. We have the hard inflation rate year over year for the month of December. Then we have the CPI trimmed median year over year for the month of December as far as Canada is concerned. We have the CPI median year over year for the month of December for Canada. Then we have the NYM Empire State Manufacturing Index for the month of January for USD. On Wednesday, January 17, 2024, we have inflation rate for GBP. We have CPI for Austria. We have CPI for the Eurozone. We have retail sales, excluding gas and autos, for the month over month, for the month of December for USD. We have retail sales year over year for the month of December for USD. Then you have retail sales, excluding autos, month over month for the month of December for USD. Then retail sales month over month for the month of December for USD. On Thursday, January 18th, we have the unemployment rate for the month of December for Australia, employment change for the month of December for Australia. Then we have building permit for the month of December for USD. We have continuing jobless claims for the month of January. All right, that is the states as at January set for USD. Initial jobless claims as at January 13th for USD. Then jobless claims 4-week average as at January 13th for USD. Then you have inflation rate. All right, this is one of the major news for this week that I'll be looking at. All right, inflation rate for JPY. All right, for a long time now, the Bank of Japan has decided not to increase interest rate. All right, interest rate for Bank of Japan still set at minus 0.1. all right, so the inflation rates numbers is going to have an influence on the Bank of Japan as to whether they should move out of the negative zone or still be there. All right, so I'll be looking out for that on Thursday as far as the Bank of Japan is concerned. On Friday, we have retail sales month over month for the month of December for GBP. Retail sales year over year for the month of December for GBP. Retail sales excluding fuel month over month for the month of December for GBP. We have retail sales excluding fuel year over year for the month of December for GBP. Then retail sales year over year for the month of November for Canada. Retail sales month over month for the month of November for Canada, then retail sales excluding autos month over month for the month of November for Canada. Then you have the USD Michigan consumer sentiment for the month of January. We have existing home sales month over month for the month of December as far as USD is concerned, and then the existing home sales for the month of December for USD. So these are the high impact news that you expect to see on the market going into a new week. All right, so you better watch out for that. Yeah, so that is just that for the economic news calendar. Let's delve into the charts and see what is happening. So we start with the dollar index. So for the dollar index, let's switch to the daily to see something here. So look at what happened last week. Just look at what happened last week. We didn't really have a clear direction for the USD last week. It was all consolidation throughout. So if you also had a rough week, I mean, this is why. All right, if we switch to the 4-hour, you can see it clearly for yourself. All right, so this is what happened last week. We didn't really have, price was giving us a back and forth reaction. All right, you go up or come down, go up. So that is a consolidation phase. So that is how last week reacted. That's why basically we had a rough week. So it's one of those things. All right, it was very unavoidable. So that is just that. But going into a new week, I want us to look at something here on the daily. We've had a high formed, all right, yes, and it's not just any high. That high was filled in a volume imbalance. All right, the high formed was filled in a volume imbalance. So as it stands now, volume imbalance has been filled already. We are in a bearish order flow. Price is taking out lows and respecting highs. So I'm anticipating that this is going to be the high for the month of January. So going into next week, I'm not really expecting to see price to give us a bullish momentum. All right, I'm still bearish on the dollar index. Yes, I'm very, very bearish on the dollar index at the moment. All right, yes, so I'm looking out to see how price is going to react. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if going into next week we see price continuing that consolidation phase, because at the moment most traders or most big players in the market are waiting for the interest rate cut for USD, or we are waiting for the next FOMC meeting, all right, to find out as to whether the Fed will start the interest rate cut. So I'm not surprised at all seeing this reaction on the dollar index. All right, so going into next week, I'm not expecting to see price to push the upside. I wouldn't be surprised to see continue to see the consolidation. All right, so since I'm expecting to see price push the downside, I will only hop into the market to look for opportunities if if price takes this low out and closes below this low. That is when I can confidently say that okay, we've resumed the bearish trend on the dollar index. But as it stands now, we are still in a consolidation phase. All right, price is stuck within this range low and this range high. All right, so until price gets out of this range of which I'm expecting this low to be taken out, I'm going to be silent on most of the USD pairs. All right, yeah, so that is just that for the dollar index. Let's look at what is happening on GBP USD. Yeah, so GBP USD to last week we didn't really see a clear direction. All right, yes, we were actually in a buy. That is, as far as my VIP or swing trading room is concerned, we were in a buy, but looking at how price was reacting, we had to get out of the trade, because even though at least we are seeing a little bit of a movement to the upside, but the back and forth was something I didn't really like. All right, yes, price looks bullish, but it's a consolidation for me. All right, it's really because and after this impulse move we saw here, I was expecting to see price tap into it. All right, this fair value gap. Yeah, last week I spoke about this fair value gap. Now I was expecting to see price push to the upside. After price hit into this fair value gap, price did, all right, pushed up on Monday, expecting to see price continue to push to the upside, only for me to see Tuesday we see a return, then push up, then a return again. So I was like, no, it's not really advisable for me to be in this trade. So I asked all my VIP subscribers to close the trade. Yes, and the next day we saw price pushing to the upside. So as it stands now, price is stuck within this range this range high and this range low. All right, so going into next week, I'll wait for price to what, to give me a very clear direction. All right, yes, I'll wait for price to give me a very clear direction, at least to take out the 20-day high. Once we see price taking out the 20-day high and closing above the 20-day high, then definitely I'll look for you to see price giving us a clean bullish setups on GBPUSD. All right, but until that, I'll stay quiet on this market. All right, yeah, so that is just that so far as GBPUSD is concerned. Let's go what is happening on AUDUSD. Yeah, so for AUDUSD to same, then I'm expecting to see price push to the upside. All right, we've already filled this fair value gap right here. Price is below January's opening price. That is a discount zone for us. So I'm expecting to see price push to the upside. I don't expect to see price come closer to this place or take out and close below the zone. All right, I want to see price continue to push to the upside. So going into next week, I'll be looking forward to see if I'm gonna spot any opportunities so far as AUDUSD is concerned. But on a bigger picture, I'm looking forward to see bullish prices so far as AUDUSD is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for AUDUSD. Let's go what's happening on USD CAD. So bearish dollar, bearish USD CAD. All right, we filled the fair value gap right here. All right, I spoke about this fair value gap last week. Yes, so we've had price tapped into this fair value gap, and so I'm expecting that we are going to see this high as the high of the month. Then we see a continuation to the downside. Already we are above January's opening price, which gives us the opportunity to be looking forward for sales. All right, because once we are above the opening price, that is a premium zone for us. So going into next week, I'm looking forward to see if USDCAD can give us any good setup. All right, because look at USDCAD 2 last week. For USDCAD 2 was rough. All right, yes, this is the candle for what, for NFP. This is NFP's candle. All right, and looks as if we are still within the range of the NFP. So going into next week, I don't want to see this high taken out. All right, this low is going to be something I'll be watching. All right, yes, this low is going to be something I'll be watching. I want to see price take out and close below this low. Then we see a push to the downside. Once it happens that way, definitely I'll take a sell. Definitely I'm going to take a sell right there. All right, so until that, I'll just be quiet on this market, then see how things unfold. All right, don't forget we are above January's opening price, and that is premium. All right, we are actually in a premium zone at the moment. So far as USD CAD is concerned, going into next week, I'll be looking forward to see price pushing to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that for USD CAD. Let's go what is happening on GBPJPY. Yeah, so for GBPJPY, price has filled this volume imbalance. All right, making up for a swing high. So going into next week, I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the downside. All right, but let's switch to the 4 hour and see what is happening on the 4 hour. Yeah, so taking out this low right here, so I want to see price push a little bit up, then you see a push to the downside. We are above January's opening price. That is a premium for us. So I'll be looking forward to see price pushing to the downside so far as next week is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for GBPJPY. Let's go what is happening on EURJPY. So GBPJPY, EURJPY, same plan. All right, on the daily, we've seen price fill this volume imbalance and also a fair value gap. All right, if I should take off this zone right here, you see the fair value gap. All right, so between this low and then between this high, that is a fair value gap plus the volume imbalance. All right, so right after price taking out that, and we've also taken out the previous 20-day high. All right, so I want to see price. First of all, I want to see price continue to push to the downside. All right, and aside pushing to the downside, I want to see price also closely below the previous 20-day high. Once we see price close below the previous 20-day high, then definitely our next draw on liquidity is going to be this low right here and then this low. All right, already we are above January's open price, so that is an ideal scenario to be looking forward for bearish movement. All right, yeah, so I want to see price close below the previous 20-day high. All right, then we see a push to the downside. So just as I showed you on GBPJPY, I want to see price move a little bit up, then we see a push to the downside, taking out what this low as well as what this low. So Euro JPY, I'll be looking for bearish prices going into next week. Let's look at what is happening on gold. Yeah, so for gold, we are seeing what I'm looking out for bearish scenario on the dollar index. So if I'm looking out for bearish scenario on the dollar index, then definitely gold, I'll be looking out for what? For a bullish scenario. But look at something here. We are still stuck between the previous 20-day low and then the previous 20-day high. All right, yeah, so that will mean that on a higher time frame we need to wait for either the low or the high to be taken out before we can clearly see where price will go to, so far as the long-term trend on gold is concerned. But let's switch to the lower time frame and see. So on a lower time frame, we've already taken out what this low right here. All right, and then we've taken out this high. So our current range for a short-term opportunity is this range high and this range low. And so taking our gun box to get where exactly price is at the moment, this is it. All right, so we take our measurement right here. All right, so I want to see price fill at least 50% of this before we see a push up. All right, yes, remember we are below January's opening price, and that is what that is discount. So it gives us the opportunity to be looking out for bullish opportunities or bullish setup so far as gold is concerned. Yeah, so for gold, that is going to be my expectation on gold. Let's look at what is happening on NASDAQ. Yeah, so for NASDAQ, last week I told you I'm expecting to see price retrace a little bit, then we see a push to the upside. But happens that price are still not giving any clear direction at the moment. All right, yes, we've seen price take out this high. All right, we've seen price take out this high, and at the moment we are slightly below January's opening price. All right, and as it stands now, once you've taken out this high, I want to see where price moves next. All right, so going into next week, for a short-term basis, I'll look at this high and then this low. Yes, so if price takes out this low and then closes below it, then definitely see price push to the downside to take out this low. All right, on the other hand, if price should take out this high, and close above it, then definitely see price continue to push to the upside. Yeah, so for NASDAQ, that is going to be my expectation going into a new week. Yeah, so that is just that for the weekly market analysis. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you get notified as soon as possible. Don't forget to also like and comment as well. Yeah, my swing trading room is still open. All right, my VIP room is still open. Yes, we do swing trading there. All right, yes, I post swing setups within or in my VIP room. So if you really are interested, just check the description box below. My Telegram ID is there. Click on it and then let's have an interaction and let me roll you into my VIP room. Trust me, there's a lot coming up for this year. All right, those in the VIP room will testify how much we made last year. All right, or how performance went last year, and so you wouldn't want to miss bigger things coming for the year 2024 so far as my VIP room or swing trading room is concerned. So if you're not part of the swing trading room, we just started the year. All right, don't miss things, or don't miss opportunities that are coming. All right, just hit me up and then let me roll you on. All right, yeah. So that is just that for the weekly market analysis. I'll come your way again another time. I wish you all good luck and good trade. Peace.